DJ Mic Lawry. So they said I needed longer content. Just looking at my analytics. So we're gonna do behind the remix, but we're gonna do an extended version. So we're gonna talk a little longer on this one. And what we're gonna talk about on this particular one is professionalism with DJing. Because I think it's very important. I think a lot of people don't understand how this affects their money, especially when they're complaining, right? So I'll say this first. Customer service is always going to win. All right. It's never not going to look bad for you. The reason why is because there's integrity attached to it, where literally, I'll give an example. I don't talk about other DJs. So when I get customers that call me because they're mad at other DJs that didn't show up or show the way that they said that they would show up for them, I just let them vent. If they're going through with this DJ still, I say, I hope you still have a good night. I hope you have a good event. If they're calling me in response to a DJ that did them dirty or what have you, sorry to hear that. How can I help you? You know, I'm not trying to do away with the conversation you're having and venting, but I won't be a part of talking bad about any other DJ, right? But I say that to say this. It's happened to me before to where someone wanted to book me, and I believe they were getting married. And the person they were marrying had somebody else in mind, which is completely understood. I'm not the only DJ in the world. And they said, I really wanted to go with you, but we're not going to be able to do it. I apologize. And I said, no doubt. I was like, I hope you have the best wedding in the world. And I meant that from my heart. It wasn't being sarcastic or anything. So what happened though is that person sent me a good 3 people to do their events. So now, whether they saw me online or not, because I do have my reviews online, for them to send me business still, and I didn't even do their event, so they didn't even get to see me live. That is from customer service and being professional. Another thing I'll say, your promptness, responding to people, and I know a lot of us work daytime jobs, you work corporate jobs, you have other businesses going on. These people do not care. I don't know where my camera is, but they don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. They want what they want when they want it. And I'm not saying that that justifies us doing that. Like, I don't believe that we need to drop everything. Drop everything. Craig's in trouble. Sorry, I love movies and music. So, but it's not about dropping everything. And I promise you, if I'm supposed to be looking right here and I've been looking right here, next time I'll be looking in the camera. Y'all talk about me in the comments. It's cool. Don't go too hard on me though, please. But the integrity works and a professionalism works. So when you respond at a timely fashion, is what I'll say, then you're more likely to get a conversation of engagement, because sometimes it's not about you booking it right away. It's about you building a relationship. And if they can tell that you can hold a conversation, that you're responsive, they're going to keep you in mind. But they pay attention to how long it takes people, what they're saying, and how they're saying it. They can tell when you do business and when you don't, what you're offering and what you're not, especially if they've done this before, right? But if you're responding very delayed, they're thinking, I don't know when this person's going to show up for the event. If this is what it takes to get them on the line, then what would it take to get them in the building? And I'm not saying this is 100% all the time. This is how people think. But this is from me doing professional business for 14 years and actually asking questions and doing reviews. Everybody that's worked with me know I run a tight ship with customer service. I will take somebody that knows how to give great customer service over a great DJ any day, right? And the difference between that is every event that we're doing is not always scratching, blending, mixing. All of our events don't call for that. So if you can play the right records at the right place at the right time, with a great attitude and great professionalism, 9 out of 10, I'm taking you over the dopest DJ in the world. Because how good is it for you to be the dope DJ and then talk to your crowd like whatever? Like, they're not the ones making you exist. We don't exist without the people. So there's that. And then the third thing I'll add to the promptness, and I'll say be on time. And when I say be on time with Whatever you agree to with the customer. So if you're saying, hey, I'm going to call you at 10 p.m. or whatever time you agree to them and they say okay to that, do not call them an hour later. Do not call them when you feel like it. If you need to, put it in your phone. Tell Siri to lock it in for you 5-10 minutes before it's supposed to happen so you can adjust if you need to. You move along from whatever you got going on. If it's a meeting or a conversation you're having, call that client, right? Because they're paying attention to that. And this is your business. This is your money. They're paying attention to when you call back. Are you going to do what you say you're going to do? So are you going to say you're going to play this record and then play what you want? Is it about you? Right? Because at some point we've all got caught up in that it's about me mentality being an entrepreneur. So I say to you, pay attention to professionalism. It will get you in places that DJing cannot. Right? And this is why sometimes you see people and you like, well, what are they doing here? How they get this gig? These are some of the things that are going on behind the scenes. That professionalism. And I'm not telling anybody to be who you're not, but professional looks all types of different ways. But I can say 100% it has gotten me a long way. Now, me personally, I love customer service. I'm one of them people that pay attention to it. When I get good customer service, I give props. Yo, thank you. I appreciate the way that you handled this situation. And I don't say it like that. I'm not so specific with my words, but I am specific with what I paid attention to and what I'm telling them, because it was a thing that they did. And I want them to know that I recognize that. If you've seen some of my previous podcasts with my brother, I am big on giving people flowers right now, right in the moment. I don't want nobody at my funeral telling my family something that they never told me, that I never got a chance to hear. So I believe in stranger, family, friend, whoever it is. If you deserve that credit, that love, that appreciation, we giving it to you off rip. Well, me, I can't say we. I'm giving it to you off rip. So if you got any questions, please reach out in the comments or hit me in the DM, email. Like I said, I've DJed professionally for, it's really been over 14 years, but having my own company, 14 years. I've done Fortune 500 events. I've worked for the HPD. I've DJed outside of the states. I've DJed high schools, middle schools, elementary schools, Christian schools, universities. I mean, you name it. I've done all types of events. Themed events. I did a wedding where it was all Disney. You know what I mean? K-pop, Indian, soca, African, quinceañeras. I mean, it ain't too much I haven't done. I haven't done everything, but I have a really good track record, and I stand on that because I actually care about the people. It ain't about what I do. I do what God gives me. But when I get there, because people always ask me, do you have a playlist? I have a list that I might have spoken to the client about, but I don't know what I'm playing till I get to the room, till I get to the event. The event and the audience is going to tell me what I need to play. And, we'll talk about that another time too. But I do have 2 audiobooks available too. Before you make your first beat and before you start DJing. Those are both available on Etsy. And I got another one coming out too. But if you need consultations or any of that, please reach out. DJ Mic Lawry is Behindtheremix. It's the first long piece of content intentionally. So let's talk about it in the comments.